There are places where the ground shines like water, but was born to swallow. A young foot learns the first lesson of this forest through fear. After glass and thunder, the valley enters tar, bone, and heat. Hunters of tar do not run on the ground. They run on the claws of dead trees. A tar pool knows how to wear the face of water.
Aru does not look for water first. It smells the ground.
Salt, warm water, and minerals pull the horned herds into the dead forest. The roots no longer drink. They hold the feet that choose badly. A living fortress enters a place where even armor can be held. Wind moves through dead trees, and the forest sounds alive. Real water here is often surrounded by lies. The shade of old bones can shelter new hunger. A body long dead becomes a road for survival and ambush. The smallest lives know where warmth still leaks from the earth. The small survive through cracks where large feet cannot enter. Above the dead forest, the sky also waits for its share. The ruler of firm ground meets a forest where its own weight become an enemy. Light does not soften this place. It gives the darkness sharper shapes.
Aru learns to question the ground before trusting a reflection.
Sometimes death keeps one mouthful of water for life. The guide watches while the thirsty drink. The dead forest writes on tar with dust. The hunter knows exactly where not to place its feet. One trapped second can turn a young life into a target. Dead wood becomes a bridge over something still hungry. Hunger here lets the ground do the hardest work. Experience stands between the young and two kinds of teeth. The bone forest turns one small step into a warning. Not every cry in this forest comes from a living throat.
Aru learns that insects sometimes read the ground better than eyes.
The slow survive by digging life from what others pass too quickly. Steam is the curtain the ground uses before it traps. A hunter needs no darkness when the earth breathes thick enough. Even wings must avoid the breath of the sticky earth. Below the black skin, there are roads not made for feet. The shadow beneath the valley has found a warm river under tar. The largest hunter knows when the ground beneath it belongs to something deeper. Speed must learn the shape of dead roots. The forest does not hurry to swallow what falls into it. A living fortress can clear a road for those without armor. Here, rain does not wash the world. It covers it with memory. The struggle can begin with one drop. Even the hunter must bargain with dead roots. The canopy does not give shade. It holds the shadow of death. Each step is a question asked of dead wood. No high path is free of eyes below. When heat covers the ground, truth and trap wear the same color. Even the mouth of stone can run out of water. When water narrows, peaceful bodies become walls. It knows the forest may create the first mistake. Black tar doubles the fear before anything strikes.
Aru uses false images to find real danger.
A dead tree can still make the whole forest flinch. The more the young struggles, the more the ground remembers its foot. Horns are not only weapons, they can build a bank between a young life and tar. The tar begins to breathe with a path beneath it. Two rulers meet where the ground belongs to neither foot nor claw. Sound turns the dead forest into a giant chest of bone. Smaller hunters know when to leave the deepest shadow to larger hunger. In the shadow of giants, the wise choose dry ground before water. Dead bridges do not hold forever. Aru learns that the clearest road is not always the living road. Sometimes wind is the only thing that tells the truth. The smallest lives follow wisdom toward water that does not lie. The forest still holds one small life between hunger and the ground. Then old strength enters a forest where strength must stand away from the trap. Strength becomes a bridge when it refuses to step into the mouth. A short bridge can carry a bloodline out of the black mouth. Hunger retreats when the ground opens its black mouth. The dead forest is tested by the weight of every survivor. Even rulers know when the dark ground belongs to deeper water. Between bone and heat, the world holds its breath. There is no victory here, only bodies still standing on dry ground. Aru finds water the black reflection has not claimed.
From the wound in dead ground, the smallest life begins again.
Charok does not come to own the Black Forest. He comes when the valley needs strength. Serpenthra remains, the shadow beneath the ground that looks like water. One day, only ash and tar may remember these steps. The valley changes, and every creature must change with it. In a world of tar and bone, intelligence learns to ask the ground before trusting its shine. But the Black Forest has only begun to breathe. When true night returns, the Black Forest hides its roads again. For the herd, numbers become the first wall against sticky ground. Hunger learns to stand still above the trap. Danger learns to wear the dust of safety. The old earth keeps heat like a secret under black skin. Aru knows the night is dangerous, but the young still need water. The warm pockets call prey, and prey calls hunters. Here, one path can appear as 10.
Aru learns that eyes are not enough. The ground must be smelled.
The Black Forest opens another dangerous vein. Even armor cannot argue with ground that wants to hold. Patience is a hunter's quietest tooth. The maze divides more than paths. It divides dry ground from a hidden mouth. A small seed can reveal a hidden mouth. The wind tries to enter the heart of the Black Forest. Horns cannot stop the tar, but the herd can shield its young. Safety lasts only while vigilance remains awake. Even the source of life can withdraw. Even the largest hunter chooses the safer drop. Under every gift of water, a shadow demands respect. The forest becomes a dream of ash and reflection. In ancient bone, even water becomes a rhythm.
Survival can be taught if there is still time.
Not every sound is meant for the hunter.
The day begins with the black ground, temporarily still. Water, ash, and roots feed a strange new green. Sometimes the sky is not hunting. It is reading the breath of the ground. News of water travels by smell, steam, and the memory of thirst. Not every giant can enter the place that might save it. Each species finds a different way to take its share. The hunter survives by choosing what it can reach. Aru turns a small bone into a question for the ground. The forest changes faster than memory. Hunters favor the moments when the world loses its edges. One sound placed well can move danger. The smallest survive through doors the hunters cannot enter. Inside the black danger, the small find rooms of life. The one who leads often drinks last. Light returns, but the black ground has not finished speaking. Its greatest weapon is not the horn, but where it chooses to stand. It knows chaos will make the first mistake. The black ground doubles the fear before anything strikes. Aru uses false images to find real danger. Beneath every dark path, the hidden water turns again. The tar-bone forest begins to sing its dangerous song. The bond between mother and young holds against the sound of breathing ground. The shadow beneath sticky ground no longer wants silence. The ruler of the ground has learned to respect the ground that swallows. The sky opens another trial after the steam. Ash wakes every road the forest tried to hide. Every creature understands when dark ground stops being a path. In a maze of tar and bone, intelligence becomes a lantern. The smallest lives learn to walk behind wisdom. The forest opens a path with the sound of breaking bone. One wrong step can turn ground into a black mouth. A single hand becomes a wall against falling bone. When wisdom and strength move together, life finds one more opening. Experience knows when to move before the chance closes. The world dissolves into the color of ash, bone and black breath. The hidden heart of warm water spills beyond the black forest. Even the shadow beneath sticky ground is driven lower by the flood. Survival is sometimes the wisdom to abandon victory. After chaos, the true shape of the Black Forest returns. A small reunion is a victory, large enough for one day. The guide leaves danger last. Hunger remains, but today it must wait.
Aru has learned to use the Black Forest.
Even broken darkness can become a beginning. The forest has lost its perfect silence, but not its gift. Karok does not need to stand inside the story to shape it. Serpenthra has not vanished. It has only retreated where black ground keeps darker secrets. From danger, a new river of life begins. The smallest pioneers return first. At last, even those too large to enter receive their share.
One breath of warm water changes the edge of the valley.
The black ground holds every image, but keeps no creature forever. Aru is no longer trapped by the shine of false water. Each survivor takes a share, then leaves before the gift becomes a trap. The living fortress leaves the land of black mouths. The sky begins to remember its color. The wound of dead ground becomes a cradle. The young learn the world from what survives. There is no permanent peace, only distance between hungers. Legends do not remain to be thanked. Every place they survive becomes another lesson written into the land. A memory of death becomes a shelter of life. In a world of tar and bone, the survivor knows which ground is honest. The prehistoric planet never stops changing.
On the prehistoric planet, life must not